So let's move on to part two of the lyrics. Now this is where it kind of get deep, right? Oh, these are the lyrics from Jay-Z. They looking deep for narratives. It's embarrassing. They're running up characters having to bring back up Kaepernick. Buddy took a check. I'm not even mad at him. But along with that check, you had to sign a non-disparaging. Okay. Now that was a shot. Now hold on. Let's go run it back. These are Jay-Z's lyrics um on his freestyle for his first show in New York at the um stadium in New York. I forgot the stadium. Um They're looking deep for narratives. It's embarrassing. They're running up characters, having to bring back up Kaepernick. Buddy took a check. I'm not even mad at him. But along with that check, you have to sign a non-disparaging. Okay, let's go back. Kaepernick has famously kneeled and protest the singing of the national anthem from the NFL. The NFL band together and boycotted Kaepernick not to give him a job. Now Kaepernick, he was a all-star quarterback when he was in the league. He even took his team to the Super Bowl and they lost, but he was one of the few black quarterbacks to even make it that far. Now, he had issues with the NFL not speaking up about police brutality and some of the things black people go through. So he started to protest in order to bring awareness to the situation. The NFL got together allegedly and they blackballed him. They didn't hire him, even though he was better than at least half of the quarterbacks at that time. This was like 8, 9 years ago. And they didn't give him a job. A lot of people, they started giving a whole bunch of people jobs. And if you look at the stats, somebody who done brought a team to the a quarterback that done brought a team to the Super Bowl, and y'all giving these other people jobs, it was a real, where there was some smoke, there was some real fire there. So Jay-Z famously stepped in and supported Kaepernick at first, right? He was behind Kaepernick. And then Kaepernick started not really giving a plan, not really talking about what the next steps were. So Jay-Z came in and said, I think we're past kneeling, which rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. He did a press conference with the NFL owners and Roger Goodell, the commissioner of the NFL, and said, I think we're past kneeling. And then like 6 months later, they announced some partnership that Jay-Z is going to be the one doing the halftime shows. Now, all of these halftime shows that all you Negroes out here be dancing, they not like us. All it is, Beyonce, all of these people that has been at the halftime show and y'all dancing to this, they're there because of Jay-Z. But also people were boycotting NFL. So there's a lot of hypocrisy in the people who criticize what Jay-Z does, and then they also dance when it's time to dance. So Jay-Z took the deal with the NFL. He's been doing that deal for about 8 years now. And again, he brought Bad Bunny, he brought Beyonce, and then Jay-Z, okay, he famously said in one of his lines, I said no to the NFL. You need me, I don't need you. So Jay-Z had his own beef with the NFL. In a way to patch it up, they made him the head of the halftime show. So he's going at Kaepernick, basically saying, y'all calling me a sellout. Kaepernick sold out and he signed a non-disparaging. Okay, what is a non-disparaging? Let me read through the lyrics again and then I'm going to give y'all the definition. Here are the lyrics. They looking deep for narratives. It's embarrassing. They running up characters having to bring back up Kaepernick. Buddy took a check. I'm not even mad at him. But along with that check, you had to sign a non-disparaging. So here's the definition of a non-disparaging. A non-disparaging disagreement. A non-disparagement clause. Sorry, I'm from the east side of Detroit, y'all. A non-disparagement clause is a contractual provision that prohibits parties from making negative, critical, or damaging statements about one another. commonly found in employment contracts, severance packages, and legal settlements. These clauses are designed to protect a company's public image and business reputation. Now, to play devil's advocate here, Kaepernick did kneel. He did all of that. He got everybody riled up to boycott the NFL. Then he does this deal with the NFL. Rightly so. People felt like, okay, Kaepernick, he was done wrong. And then he signs this deal with Nike. He does this documentary with talking about the NFL being slavery and all that. And then he goes on a 7-year run trying to get back into the NFL, practicing, doing podcasts, doing interviews, saying he want to get back into the NFL. So a lot of people are like, okay, we rode for you, Cap, and now you're trying to get back into the NFL. So that lost a lot. That rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. And this is what Jay-Z is hinting at in his lyrics, saying you had to sign a non-disparaging, meaning your actions are not aligning up with your wordplay when you first started this. So a non-disparaging, that is the reason you are not standing on business like you want everybody else to stand on business. You're not even standing on business because you're doing all of these tryouts trying to quote unquote get back into the NFL. So I can understand. Now, okay, here's another part of the lyrics. The second part that's kind of connected to the Kaepernick situation. I'm one of them they can't control. Better be glad it's him, referencing Kaepernick. 500 billion back into the community. Let's just get math at him. I don't listen to Twitter activists. They type and I laugh. They type and I laugh at them. It's really no comparison. Y'all checking my stats again. I'm bringing folks home to their families. Laws get passed because of him. Whether you like it or not, he don't do no ass kissing. Ex-drug dealer, you might not like the packaging, but my presence is a presence and my gift is rapping. Okay, now these are some clear shots at Kaepernick, but the issue I have with this is the timing, because Kaepernick just made headlines for funding the autopsy for the 18-year-old Nolan Wells who was found dead in a river in Mississippi, and he went out for the 4th of July with his white friends and ended up dead. And Kaepernick is making headlines for funding that and stepping up and supporting the family. So that narrative, him shooting at Jay-Z, Jay-Z shooting at Kaepernick during this time, it don't really sit well with a lot of people, because now they're feeling like they gotta pick and choose between Jay-Z or Kaepernick, and Jay-Z's taking a quote-unquote check from Target and all these corporations, and he's a multi-billionaire, and Kaepernick's someone who sacrificed their career for the greater good of raising raising noise in corporate America, risking and sacrificing his career to quote unquote stand up for black people and speak up for black people. And then this Nolan Wells situation. So it looks bad. It's bad timing. I don't like the timing of this. I feel like you could have let that you could have let that die down a little bit. People figure out what's going on with the Nolan Wells situation, clap for him, because he is doing something good to help that family. But I want to know what you guys think. Go look up the Jay-Z lyrics. I'm not putting them up because of copyright issues. I don't want to get my video struck down. But I know you guys are gonna be in the comments. Oh, James, you biased. You got the Jay-Z in the back. Listen, I love me some Jay-Z. I love Hove. That's my favorite artist behind J. Cole. And J. Cole was signed to Rock Nation, so that's another bias, right? But I want you guys to respect my craft and the integrity that I bring to the table with journalism, and respect my platform. Obviously, I want to know your guys' thoughts in the comments. And you know me, I don't care if you agree with me or disagree with me. I just care that you give your thoughts and share your thoughts, because we all have our opinion. Overall, I did like the freestyle, but I think the Kaepernick thing kind of rubbed people the wrong way a little bit because of the timing, the Nolan Wells situation. Kaepernick is in the headlines for helping. Jay-Z is hosting these pop-up shops, making millions of dollars, and seemingly supposedly have a partnership with Target, and he dispelled that in the freestyle. But that's just the rumors and the narrative that's going around. So, all right, love you guys, appreciate you guys. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Peace. Thank you guys for watching. I want to make a deal with you. On my end, I'm going to produce high quality, informative content for you to enjoy and learn from. And on your end, you're going to subscribe down below to the podcast. Now we have a 50-50 deal to build this independent media company together. And if you want to invest with us and ensure our success, subscribe down to the YouTube membership. It really, really helps us hire journalists, hire videographers, and do the investigative journalism and independent journalism that you love and that you learn from.